Hey, everyone! So, one of the most common questions I get from people who work in a regular 9-to-5 job is this: how do I even start thinking like an entrepreneur when I'm used to just following the rules at work and doing what my boss says? If you've ever wondered how to make that jump from employee mindset to entrepreneur mindset, you're definitely not alone. It can feel like a big leap, especially if you're used to getting a paycheck every 2 weeks and having someone else decide what you should be doing. That's why I've been rereading The Millionaire Fastlane by MJ DeMarco. It's one of those books that totally changes how you think about money, work, and freedom. It's not just about how to get rich, it's about how to build a life where you're in control and not stuck in the same old routine forever. So today, let's break down how employees can start shifting their thinking and actually take the first steps towards becoming an entrepreneur, using the insights from this book. Let's start with a quick story from the book. MJ DeMarco talks about 3 main roads that people take in life when it comes to money. The first is what he calls the sidewalk. These are people who don't really think about the future. They spend everything they earn, and when something unexpected happens, like a big bill or an emergency, they're in trouble. It's living for today and not worrying about tomorrow. The second road is the slow lane. This is where most people are, especially if you're an employee. The slow lane is about working a steady job, saving a bit of money each month, and hoping that one day, maybe when you're 65 or 70, you'll be able to retire comfortably. It's like driving down a slow country road. You're making progress, but it's going to take a long time to reach your destination. Then there's the fast lane, the path of the entrepreneur. This is what the book is all about. The fast lane isn't about working harder or longer hours. It's about working smarter. It's about creating something that can help lots of people at once, like a business, an online course, or even an app. The fast lane is about building assets, things that make money for you, even when you're not actively working. Here's why this matters for employees who want to become entrepreneurs. In a job, you're trading your time for money. You show up, you get paid, but that's it. Your income is limited by how much time you can spend working. And if something happens, like you lose your job or get sick, your income stops too. Entrepreneurs, on the other hand, don't just work for money, they build systems and assets that can keep making money whether they're at their desk or not. And that's a huge mindset shift. So, how do you start making this shift? One of the first lessons from the Millionaire Fastlane is to stop thinking like a consumer and start thinking like a producer. In a job, you're usually just doing tasks that someone else tells you to do. But entrepreneurs are always asking, how can I create something valuable? How can I solve a problem? For example, let's say you work in an office and you notice that everyone complains about how complicated the software is. Instead of just joining in on the complaints, think like an entrepreneur. Could I create a training course to help people use this software better? Could I build a simpler tool to make the job easier? This doesn't mean you have to quit your job tomorrow. MJ DeMarco actually says that's a really bad idea if you're not ready. Instead, start by building skills and testing ideas while you still have the safety of your job. This could be as simple as freelancing on weekends, selling your art or crafts online, or teaching people something you're good at. You're learning how to take control of the money you make, and that's the first step to thinking like an entrepreneur. Another powerful idea from the book is about leverage. In a job, you can only earn what your boss is willing to pay you. But when you're an entrepreneur, you can use other people's time, skills, and money to build something much bigger. That's how you can go from making a steady paycheck to creating something that really scales. Let's say you love making videos. At your job, you might be part of a marketing team and only earn your salary. But if you start your own YouTube channel, your videos can reach thousands or even millions of people. The same hour of work you put into a video can make money over and over again if you keep helping people. That's leverage in action. And here's another mindset shift that's huge. Entrepreneurs don't just think about what's safe, they think about what's possible. In a job, you're often focused on not making mistakes because mistakes can get you in trouble. But in the fast lane mindset, mistakes are how you learn. Every time you try something and it doesn't work, you're one step closer to figuring out what does work. MJ DeMarco says that most people stay stuck in the slow lane because they're scared to take risks. They're afraid to invest money in a new idea, or afraid to try something that might fail. But he says that risk isn't the enemy, it's actually a key ingredient to growing. If you're not willing to try, you're not going to find the opportunities that can set you free. Now, I know this can all sound a bit overwhelming if you're used to the security of a paycheck. So here's the good news. You don't have to do everything at once. Start small. Look around at the problems in your workplace or your community. Instead of just complaining about them, ask yourself, how could I solve this? What's one tiny step I could take to start creating value for others? Maybe it's starting a blog about your favorite hobby. Maybe it's offering to help someone set up their website. Maybe it's learning a new skill, like coding or photography, that you can eventually turn into a business. The point is, you're practicing how to create value, and that's how you start shifting from employee to entrepreneur. And let's be real, this doesn't mean you have to become the next Elon Musk or build a billion-dollar company. The real point of the Millionaire Fastlane is that you can create freedom for yourself by learning how to solve problems and help others. That freedom might look different for everyone. For some people, it's having enough money to travel the world. For others, it's having the time to play with their kids or do work they're passionate about. So, if you're feeling stuck in your job and dreaming of something more, I want to leave you with this challenge. This week, find one problem that bugs you at work, at home, anywhere, and brainstorm 3 ways you could turn that problem into an opportunity. You don't have to have it all figured out yet. You just have to start looking at the world differently. That's how employees start thinking like entrepreneurs. It's not magic, it's a series of small mindset shifts that add up to something amazing over time. If you found this helpful, hit that like button and tell me in the comments, what's one idea you have for solving a problem in your life or at work? And don't forget to subscribe for more videos on personal growth, entrepreneurship, and how to build a life of freedom and meaning. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.